what's up? So I just wanted to hop on here, let you know what I did today for my workout. I did a back workout, back and biceps. So I'll just kind of give you a rundown of what I did and the things that I'm focusing on when I'm performing the movements. So what I did is I started off with lat pull downs. Essentially, what I'm trying to focus on is when I'm performing the lat pull downs, I'm retracting my scapula, which is your shoulder blades, and I'm opening up my chest, keeping my chest high, and I'm pulling the bar to like my nipple line, and I'm really trying to focus on like you obviously won't be able to do it unless you're a contortionist. Is like kind of trying to pinch my elbows behind me, and then I'm getting when I come back up, I'm trying to get a full stretch, and I'm almost like putting my head through. I'm trying to get a full stretch at the top on the lat, and then again as much of a contraction on the bottom by keeping my chest up and my shoulders retracted. I see a lot of people like kind of like hunched, like, or they kind of pull too much with their biceps instead of focusing on trying to hit it with their back in their lats, like which the movement the exercise is meant to do. I see a lot of people use their biceps too much. So if you have a trouble using or engaging your back, or you have trouble like feeling it in your back, try using those couple tips right there and see if they work for you. After that, I got into I did Smith machine barbell or Smith machine rows. You could do it or supinated Smith machine rows. You could do it with a barbell. You don't have to do it with the Smith machine. It's actually a little bit more difficult if you do it with the barbell, because you gotta control the weight. You gotta control the weight. You gotta stabilize the weight because you don't have it in that fixed motion that you do with the Smith machine. So it's a little bit more difficult and it's a little bit more challenging with the barbell. So you could switch it up. You could do either or. And make sure you use a weight where you actually, again, you feel it in your back. You want to make sure you keep a neutral spine. Don't hunch your back over. You don't want to have any lower back issues. And that's probably, yeah, my best cue with that. And when you're pulling, you want to pretend like your hands are hooks. So you're pulling the weight with your back instead of like squeezing on it real tight and engaging too much your biceps. Your biceps are obviously going to be engaged in the movement, but they're more of a secondary muscle. And the back is the primary focus because you're trying to build the back. You're trying to build that thickness when performing any type of horizontal rows, or a row is a horizontal movement. So again, what I also like to do too is I like to do two rows and then two like vertical pulls. So it kind of gives love to the width, like the thickness, or the width and then the thickness. So you want that kind of that cobra back with the lats, and then you want to add thickness with the rows. Then I got into I did dumbbell rows, and what I try to do is, like I said, I try to focus on stretching at the bottom, and then you'll see it in the video, and I try to pull the weight to my hips. I see a lot of people pulling it like more towards their rib cage, which will engage more. It really gets the bicep involved for me. Maybe it's different for you, but I try to pull it the weight to my hips. It really helps me hit the lat a lot better. And people who have issues engaging their back or can't feel it on their back and they feel it more in their biceps, when I kind of tell them that cue, it kind of helps them out. So go ahead and give that a shot. Again, that's the same concept. Is you want to like pretend like your hands are just hooks, as opposed to just squeezing the weight or the handle of the weight. Pretend like your hands are just hooks and the weight is just sitting in your hands and you're pulling it with your back muscle, as opposed to squeezing it really hard. You can kind of feel it when you squeeze really hard. Your forearms and your biceps will be more engaged, and you're really targeting the back when you're performing these movements. Then I did closed grip rows, but I didn't use like the standard machine or the standard apparatus where you're kind of locked in place. I used two handles, And just the reasoning for that is you get like a slight bit a range of motion when you have the handles that are able to like separate. You get a little bit more range of motion at the bottom of the movement. You could use the fixed apparatus, like the metal handles, if you want, whatever you prefer. I just like to switch it up. Again, same thing with that. Chest up, shoulder blades retracted, and you want to really bring the weight down to your pecs. And like I said, with the handles, you really get that extra little range of motion at the end. So I like to use it. If you like using the fixed apparatus, the metal one, feel free to use that. And then I finish it off with straight bar cable pullovers. I have like a slight bend in my elbow, and I'm just kind of bent over slightly, and I'm just pulling the bar like a little bit below my waist. You don't want to engage your triceps, so make sure you're pulling down like with your lats. You'll see it in the video. Again, I try to open up my chest a little bit too when performing that movement. And then for my just accessory movement, I just did some seated curls. I like to do them seated. It kind of helps me take out the momentum in the movement. Feel free to do them standing. You could do regular bicep curls, hammer curls, pinwheel curls, whatever. If you want to do straight bar curls, easy bar curls, throw a couple of those in there to finish off your back and bicep workout. And then I did 3 sets of abs. I did weighted cable crunches with the rope apparatus or attachment, whatever you want to call it. I did it with that, and when I'm performing that movement, what I like to do is I like to focus, like pretend like my abdominal wall, I can't even talk, my abdominal wall is like an accordion, and I'm trying to like basically contract like my chest into my hips to make sure I'm contracting my entire abdominal wall, like squeezing. It's almost like a motion like that. You get the stretch, you open it up like that, and then you're contracting it in like that. And that's just kind of a cue, because some people, they have trouble, again, focusing or trying to feel it in their abs. So when I tell them that, they kind of have a better idea of, you're almost like kind of trying to collapse your chest, and you're tucking your hips into your chest, and you're on the ground, you're on your knees. You'll see it in the video, but just contracting the abdominal wall, and try to go slow. Make sure you're getting a slow eccentric and a concentric. You want to just make sure you're really engaging your core. And that was it. That was the back and bicep workout, and I just threw in the abs, just because. But again, if you guys like the video, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at JaredKorea1. Feel free to send me some messages. I appreciate people that have been watching and checking me out. And if you guys have any ideas or any other videos you guys want to see, feel free to let me know, and we'll make it happen. All right, I appreciate y'all. You guys have a good night. I'm out. Peace.